So I want to introduce you to our course objectives. There are three of them. The first one is to understand what it takes to be a really great board director. The second one is to provide you with the competence, confidence and mindset to ask all those simple but telling questions in the boardroom that perhaps your colleagues may be afraid to ask. And lastly, to enable you to assess your own capability and potential and how to position and promote yourself in this market. So before we start, let's take a quick tour of what's in the program. There are 10 modules. Module 1 is about an introduction to corporate governance, the big picture. And we cover here the main concept, the benefits of good corporate governance, the impact of regulation, which is increasing all the time, governance codes, which can differ by sector, trends in governance around the world, and then we've a range of devices which will help you in understanding governance. Module 2 is about governance architecture, the basic building blocks, what you need to get in place. Proportionality, board size and composition, what's the right size for a board? The types of board committees, audit, risk, the collective role of the board, and key roles around the boardroom table, such as the chair, the non-exec director, the executive director. Module 3 covers the company director, the purpose, what you need to know as a company director, your statutory responsibilities, which will differ by jurisdiction, managing risk, your own role as a director, how you get appointed, and how your term of office may come to an end. And lastly, the role of D&O insurance, directors and officers insurance, critical. Module 4 covers culture, the main concept, the CGI cultural framework, how you can shape board culture, culture and practice in organizations, and what does it look like? Cultural diagnostics, and the role of ethics, the critical role of ethics. So Module 5 covers the governance handbook, and that's an overview of the governance of the organization. It covers how the board works, the use of technology in the boardroom, and all the various policies a board needs to run an organization. Module 6 is about reporting, the purpose of it, the types of meetings, the planning involved, the outcomes you're seeking from meetings. These should be very clear. The types of meetings, how to conduct meetings and how to follow through in various types of meetings. And also the challenge of managing people in meetings and also the technology behind reporting, which is improving all the time. Module 7 talks about financial matters. The context, your duties as a director, which again will vary by jurisdiction. The balance sheet, the P&L account, the cash flow statement, and what happens if an organization gets into financial difficulty. And then the role of audit and internal audit. Module 8 covers risk, the main concept, risk oversight, how to mitigate risk and how to monitor risk around the boardroom table, a critical role for any director. Module 9 covers evaluation, the rationale for it, evaluating the board as a collective, evaluating the directors, and evaluating the CEO. We also talk about different types of evaluation methods. The last module, which is the launchpad into the market, is the non-executive director. How do you prepare yourself for the market? How do you promote yourself? What questions do you need to ask an organization before you say yes or no? How do you find out information about organizations? And how do you decide whether to say yes or no? And lastly, how can you make a real impact in the boardroom, which is the main objective of this course?